Oh, nice. That's how it should happen. Hey guys, what's up? It's CT out in the garage. Today we're going to be working on Rusty's brakes, the axle seal kits, and anything over here we're going to put on the boots, drain the oil. We're going to do some pretty cool stuff today, so check it out. Alright guys, let's see what we're getting into here. So we've got some parts here that I picked up from Wolfsburg West. These are the backing plates for the rear brakes. I've also got the ones for the front, but today we're going to work on the rear. It's all connected to the transmission and the gear reduction boxes. These plates go here, and brake pads and everything goes on there. We're going to take off this bearing cover here, replace the seal. We got a seal kit here Wolfsburg West makes. So if you need any of these parts, go to their website, go to bus, go to brakes and wheels, and you're going to see all the parts that you need to get this done. Their website's really cool, has very detailed information. Here's the plates here. So you click on this and it'll take you to the page where you can get more detail on it and order it. Here's all your other parts that you're going to need if you're replacing the brakes. I've already got all these parts ordered. We should have everything, hopefully. We're going to find out. But and this is their catalog, so you could order one of these and you could order everything out of here if you need to. But I like using the catalog and the website because the catalog is amazing. Anyway guys, we've got the manual here. We're going to hopefully reference some of this to make it a little bit easier. Stay tuned. So yeah, anyway, this site's freaking awesome. Check it out. Love these guys. Thanks Wolfsburg West. Thank you so much. I couldn't do this project without you guys. I really appreciate it. Alright, so let's get into it. Hopefully we won't screw anything up too bad today. If you guys saw my last video, I apologize. It was pretty bad, but you wouldn't believe how stuck that seal was. It really was stuck bad, but I ended up picking up a seal puller. So if we have that issue again, hopefully that'll help. That's pretty awesome. It's like $7 or $8 at Harbor Freight. So if you have that issue, check it out. I got picked up these two because you can use these as well. Again, this was like $4 or $5. So tools to have. Here are our boots that we're going to use to put on here. We got some other goodies in there, some more parts, and first thing we need to do is get the rest of the oil out of here, whatever oil remains. So we're going to open up these oil fillers and drain plugs, and hopefully they're not seized, and get the rest of the oil out of this thing and go from there. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so check out, this is the original brake backing plate that came off of Rusty. It's dirty and greasy and rusty and a little beat up around the edges. So could we reuse it? Probably. We could probably clean it up and reuse it, but I wanted to get some new ones. These look amazing. I will hold on to these just in case I need them for a future project, but man, you can't beat this. I mean, these are beautiful. We're going to use these. We're going to take off this bearing plate, replace the seals and the gasket, all this stuff here. Get these plates back on here and hopefully not mess anything up. We'll try to reference the manual as much as possible to help us out. So stay tuned. Alright, we want to before we get started, well, we're gonna get started. We're gonna take all the oil, whatever oil remains in here, and get it out. Picked up this hex bit socket set from Harbor Freight, and they have the size on here we need. This whole set was like $12, so pretty handy. I haven't used it yet, but we're going to put it in here. This is a 17 mil, or whatever it is, 17. Hopefully these are not seized, and we can get all the oil out of here. Check it out, there's a bird in here. We got a visitor today. Hanging out in CT's garage. Hey buddy, what you doing? Looking for a place to make a nest. Find a place that's not gonna get disrupted. Not sure if there's one in here for you, but you can look. Maybe up there somewhere. He's gone. Fits pretty good. Let's see if we can get that baby out of there. There's one on the top. There's one on the bottom. So there's the fill plug, the drain plug, and then we've got the same thing on the transmission over here. There's one on the bottom over here. They should all be the same size, and same thing on the other side. So let's see if we can get the rest of what oil remains in here. Most of it's already drained out, I think, just from leaking the last few weeks. Let's see what happens. All right. I'm not sure the best way to go about this. I kind of need to get under there somehow and get that loose. I might flip this up and then crack it loose and then drop it back down. Let's see what happens. All right. It's got some weight to it. Okay, got that on there pretty good. So let's see if we can get that loose. Oh, there's one here too. There's two. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can get those broken loose. Oh. All the oil's leaking out through the seal, so this seal's gonna have to be replaced too. Oh boy. Well, I guess there is some oil still left in there. Oil actually looks pretty good. Look at that. Let's see if we can get this loose and clean up that mess in a minute. Okay. That one's boogered up a little bit. Ooh, it got bent somehow. Hopefully we can get away with not doing that one. I think most of the oil's going to be on the floor anyway after this. It's leaking everywhere. There's some gunk on there. Look at that. let's see if we can somehow get this in there. Ooh. Oh wow, that looks nasty. Man, there's still a lot of oil in there. Let me see if I can prop this up a little bit. Hold on. Probably should have suspended this with my chain hoist. There we go. Getting off to a good start here. Alright, well, we're already making a mess. I didn't realize this seal must be bad too, so we're gonna have to replace that. That seal's leaking. I don't know, it's impressive how that oil looks pretty good after being in there all those years. But all right, so the oil comes through these tubes and it fills up in this area too, so there's probably some in here we need to get rid of. Let's see if we can get those loose, and let me find another container. Stand by. All right, well, there's most of the oil from the transmission. There is some dirt and grime in there, look at that. So we'll get some fresh oil in there, and I'm kind of taking a chance on this transmission. I don't know if it's good or not, so worst case scenario, you know, we put the brakes on and everything, and the only thing I'm really doing to the transmission is replacing the seal here and putting these seal kit and gasket on the gear reduction box. If it turns out that we need to get a new transmission or a rebuilt one, I'm not sure if I'll go with another transmission that has the gear reduction boxes or delete them. I'm not sure. But hopefully, I'm hoping this transmission is good and we can get a little bit more life out of it. So worst case scenario, we have to get another one, and you know, we lose a few bucks on the cost of the seal and whatever other little parts we put on here. The brake components and stuff we can reuse on the new one if we need to. So stand by. Let's see if we can get this oil out of this gear reduction box here. You know, check out the dirt that was, I guess this, I don't know if this is magnetic or not, but there's a lot of gummy goo right there. All right, let's see about getting that gear reduction box drain plug out. The other drain plug on the transmission looks like it got smashed, so I'm gonna have to mess around with that one a little bit, but I think we got most of it out of there. So far so good. Let's see, got my little pan here. Oh yeah, we got some, a little bit. A little bit. Those little plugs are cool. They got little VWs on them. Alright, so let's turn this. There we go. I love the color of that oil. It's like an amber color. It's pretty cool. I don't know what kind of oil they were using in this, but it's got to be some kind of like a thicker style. I'm not sure. It's got this really cool amber color. It's kind of cool. Just let that drip out for a little bit. Let it drip out. And then we'll pull this bearing cover back off. Clean that up a little bit and put the new seal and gasket and stuff on there. I'm gonna go ahead and crack the top one loose just to make sure that one's good. That one's a little more shallow. Doesn't go down as deep. There we go. I love this breaker bar. I think I picked it up at the flea market or an antique swap meet or something for like $10. May have been $5. It's a great breaker bar. Oh yeah, she came out. It's interesting. This one's a little, doesn't go as deep, I don't think. Well, maybe it does. Just looks a little different. Different rust characteristics on it. Alright, we'll put that one back in for now. And we'll drain the other side and be back in a minute. Alright, we got the main drain plug all cleaned up. There's the magnet right there. And it seems to be working pretty good. So we're going to put all the drain plugs back in, and it's pretty much empty now. There's just going to drip a little bit, but we'll put these back in just so it's not dripping out everywhere. And start working on the seals here. Get the back plates on. Start working on the brakes. All right, let's pull this bearing cover off so we can get to the seal and whatever other, the gasket and other little bits and pieces that we need to replace. All right, let's get that bearing cover off. We've had this off already. We took it off in a couple episodes back so we could get the old backing plate off and all that stuff. So it should come off fairly easy. There it goes. Alright, there it is. There's a little spacer here. The bearing. That bearing is pressed in there. So we won't mess with that. We're not going to take this apart right now. Hopefully the gear reduction system's good and we won't have to mess with it. But we'll clean this up a little bit with some brake clean. Just to get some of that residue off of there. We'll get this cleaned up. And there's the seal. We'll replace that seal. And this is the kit here. So there's the seal and all the little spacers and stuff. Alright, let's get it in there. Alright guys, we got the bearing case cleaned up. There's the old seal. Let's see if we can get those out of there. Hopefully they're not stuck like the one was on the steering box. Hopefully these come out nice and easy. But we do have a few more options today when it comes to being able to pull them out. So hopefully one of these will get us where we need to be. Alright, let's see if we can get that seal out of there without too much trouble. Never used one of these before, and I'm not sure if this is the right application for it, but basically we're just trying to get that seal out of there. Hopefully it'll just pop out. Well, the ring popped out, cut right through it. Let's put it in a vise and see if that helps. I'll try this pick real quick. Ooh, that almost went right through my finger. There we go. It's definitely stuck against the wall there like the other one was. I'll put it in a vise. Stand by. Alright, let's see if we can tighten that. I might have to move you guys over here. So it's just seized up against the wall. The spring is out, the spring popped out. But it's kind of like the other one where the wall, it's just stuck on the wall there. It's a lot softer than the other one. Oh, there's another spring in there. No, that's just a mark. So, trying to keep that off the wall there. Yeah, it's almost like these are glued in. Well, and there's a spacer in the way on the back side, so I can't really get in behind it. I gotta get that spacer out of there. Let me see if I can cut this inner wall out without scarring up the face. I'm just cutting out this rubber. I'm not touching the wall. Wow. Yeah, it'd be different if it wasn't in here seized in here for the last 60 years, but it's basically like it's super glued on the inner wall there. Really? So the vise isn't really helping. It's just, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the seal is just sealed against the wall here, you know? It's just stuck, glued on almost, just because it's been in there so long. It's fused. You can't get to it from the back side because there's this washer here, a spacer. So I'm just trying to pick here, if you can see, pick along the wall. See how it's stuck on the wall there? I'm just trying to pick that loose. I'll come back in a minute. This one is kicking my butt. It is seized in there pretty good. I heated it up a little bit, put some PB Blaster on there. I'm just going to let it soak for a little while. Hopefully it can penetrate behind that wall and loosen it up a little bit. This one, let's see if we can get this one out. I already started pulling, tugging on this one. Probably going to have the same problem, so stand by. Oh, nice. That's how it should happen. Wow, all right. Let's see, the other one, just like in the steering box, is just completely fused here on the wall. That one came out pretty good. There's that little washer. That comes in the kit. Alright, cool. So that one's good. We'll clean that up a little bit. This one we're going to keep fighting with. Stand by. Alright guys, well after fighting with it for a little while, we ended up getting it out. This ended up being the best tool to use. I actually put it down on the ground and used my foot to hold this and just pried, and it finally came up. This was the toughest one to get out. And it's actually an original. It's got the Volkswagen symbol on it. I sprayed some PB Blaster in there, let it soak for a little while, and I think that helped. But that one was in there super tight. This one actually came out fairly easy, and that's because it was replaced at some point. But it would have been replaced before 1980 because this vehicle's been off the road since 1980 as far as I know. But that one did come out easier. We'll get these cleaned up. Here's the new one. Pretty cool. Alright guys, stay tuned. Alright guys, stay tuned for part 2. We ran out of time on this one, but we will be finishing up the brakes, putting on the new brake plates, new brake pads, cylinders, all the bits and pieces, the seal, the gasket. Started to put the boots on here. You're gonna get an idea how those look. So stay tuned. Next one will be up soon. Thank you. See ya.